Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to continue the chapter biological classification. So the topic going to be covered is kingdom Protista. So now let us go inside the chapter. The kingdom Protista, it includes single-celled eukaryotes. So they have well-defined nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. So these organisms are mainly aquatic. And this kingdom, it forms link with plants, animals and fungi. They have either cilia or flagella. They can reproduce sexually or asexually, and asexually by means of cell fusion method and zygote forming method occurs. The kingdom Protista, it can be classified into various subgroups, that is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds and protozoans. So first let us study regarding chrysophytes. So the chrysophytes, it includes diatoms and golden algae, that is desmids. They are present in freshwater and marine water also. So they are mostly microscopic and plankton. Plankton means floating organisms. They are photosynthetic organisms mainly. In diatoms, the cell wall, it forms two thin overlapping shell-like structures. They fit together like soap box. How the soap box, it has two structure the same way. So the two thin overlapping shells are there. They fit together like soap box. And the walls, no, they contain silica. Silica, because of the silica, no, the walls cannot be destroyed. So as they cannot destroyed, maybe the diatoms they can die, but the silicon wall, it gets deposited in the oceans. So they are the main chief producers of the oceans. The producers of this marine ecosystem is these diatoms. So after the death of this diatom, the deposits of silica on the earth, and it forms a diatomaceous earth. And this diatomaceous earth, this silica, it can be used for polishing, filtration of oils and syrups, it can be used. And these are the diatoms, children. Can you notice? Two soap box like structure, this the upper and lower. We cannot distinguish what is upper and lower, but anyhow, two soap case like structures are there. Here also can you observe, and this one also. Next, let us see regarding dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates, two flagellas are there, that's why you call them as dinoflagellates. These all are mainly they are marine organisms and photosynthetic. There are yellow, green, brown, blue and red color organisms are there according to the pigments present. And the cell wall has no outer surface made up of cellulose. And because dinoflagellates we studied, so they have two flagella. In these two flagella, so one lies inside the groove, can you observe, and the other one it is hanging down. So like that, two flagella are there. So one it lies longitudinally, other one transversely. And due to excess growth of red dinoflagellates, that is Goniolex, so because of that, the sea it appears red, and the red tides, that is due to the presence of the red dinoflagellates. And the toxins released by these organisms, even they can kill the marine fishes also. Okay, already told you, so here two flagella, one is here and other one is hanging down. Next, let us study regarding euglenoids. So euglenoids, majority of them are freshwater and they found mostly in stagnant water. So here they don't have a cell wall, but they have a protein-rich layer called pellicle, and it makes the body flexible. And they have here also the flagella is there, and they are photosynthetic. But the sunlight, mainly the sunlight is not present means what they do? They behave as heterotrophs. When sunlight is there, they will do photosynthesis. When it is not there, they behave like heterotrophs by predating other small organisms and all. Okay, so example for this is euglena. So that's why euglenoids, the name it has been given for them. Can you see the structure of euglena? So here they have a defined nucleus and flagella is there, and eye spot, they can respond to light, and pellicle, okay, contractile vacuole for osmoregulation, and the chloroplasts are there. With help of that they can do photosynthesis also. Okay, so they have both the features. Like plants, they have this chloroplast and all. Like animals, they have flagella. Next one, let us study regarding slime molds. So these all are saprophytic organisms, saprophytic protists. So here under suitable conditions, what do? They form aggregation of structure that you call that as plasmodium. This plasmodium is different actually. Another plasmodium what you study, they cause malaria. So there no species name we start with the capital letter. It is common name, so that's why so we have written small letter. So from there itself we can distinguish. Spelling is similar only. By seeing the first letter you can find out. In that plasmodium malarial parasite, the first letter will be capital, so here it is small. That is malarial parasite. So this is no saprophytic protist. Okay, so here they can during unfavorable conditions what do? This plasmodium it differentiates and forms fruiting bodies, and they can form spores in the tips also. These spores, when you observe, they are resistant and they can survive for many years, and it can be dispersed by air currents also. Next, let us study regarding protozoans. So protozoan is the other category of the protista. So here these all are heterotrophs, and they can live as predators or parasites. And these are the mainly observed these protozoa. So they show relation to animals, primitive animal like organisms. So these are single cell organism, but first is amoeboid protozoan. They are present in fresh water, so seawater, moist soil, and they can capture their prey by forming pseudopodia. You know that's why amoeba like protozoan you call them as. And some marine forms they can have even silica shell like structure also. And this ant amoeba, it acts as parasite. Next is flagellated protozoans. So they are either free living or parasite forms, and they have flagella. That's why we call that as flagellated protozoan. So either they can be parasitic also. Parasitic form, they cause diseases like sleeping sickness. Example is trypanosoma. So this sleeping sickness you call that as African sleeping sickness. Actually, as you can see more in that place. So next is ciliated protozoan. They have cilia, that's why we call them as ciliated protozoan. Example for this is paramecium. So these all are also aquatic organisms, and they have a cavity that we call that as gullet. So through that they can take the food. It opens outside, and so by means of cilia, so the water current, so it moves towards the gullet, and they can take the food through that. And this cilia, it is helpful for locomotion also, for taking food also. So here we studied regarding that is amoeba, sarcodines, and next is cilia, ciliates, paramecium, and flagella with flagellated protozoan, that is zooflagellates, that is trypanosoma, that is example for there is flagellated protozoan. And plasmodium, that is malaria causing organism plasmodium. So it is coming under sporozoan. Okay, so now let us study regarding sporozoan. Still to study that the sporozoan, so what they are infectious spore like stage they can produce during their life cycle. And the malarial parasite, it causes malaria for us, and it has the intermediate host also. So female Anopheles mosquito. So and the human being, so they are causing the disease, and the Anopheles mosquito, it acts as the vector. Okay, so like that we studied different types of protozoa. So first we studied regarding amoeboid protozoan, and next one we studied regarding the ciliated protozoan and flagellated. Then there is sporozoans. And example for this is amoeba, then paramecium for flagellated trypanosoma, and this is plasmodium, it is example for the sporozoans. Okay, and actually when you observe here, this entire this one protista, it can be divided into different categories. First we studied regarding chrysophytes. Main example for this is this myth, that is golden algae, and even this diatoms also coming under this category. And next one that is dinoflagellates. So dinoflagellates, and example for this is Gonylus, we can tell. And that euglenoids, example for this is Euglena. And next one, that is slime molds, plasmodium. This plasmodium and the sporozoan plasmodium, both are different children. Try to distinguish them, don't confuse this. And this is saprophytic, and that is parasitic. Other plasmodium what we studied under that is a sporozoan, that is of parasitic, it causes malaria. And among the protozoan, so there are varieties of protozoans are there: amoeboid protozoan, ciliated protozoan, okay, and flagellated protozoan and sporozoans. Okay, children. So like that, today we are completing that the kingdom Protista, and next class we'll meet with the other kingdom. Okay, thank you.